This is Norwood Such Spalding. You do not touch your screen. I'm not letting you see my face. I don't think it's important for what I'm saying. I think I've dropped a few things here in these videos I've dropped lately that you feed on this. You could back up from this planet and consider a few things, and especially I would beg you to take these videos and get them to the colleges in the Middle East, Libya and Egypt and some places, and let the higher education there take a look at this. Huh? I met a young man yesterday that broke me into tears. I just wept out loud in exclamation. Wept. The tears of joy have to sour. Take these tears of sour and sweeten them and drown them out. Mix with them. You've got to mix some tears of joy with tears of sorrow. Now! On that young man, he was about, he looked like about 14. I remember he had both ears pierced with these darn diamond things in both ears. He was he appeared Middle Eastern to me, Arab of some sort. Very well raised, mannerly young man. And we discussed his generation, and I forget how I started it. I said, "Do you have a second to hold a conversation with me?" He said, "Yes." He's walking the other way, and I'm riding against his way. He's walking with my bike, and I stopped, and he walked up to me, and I spoke with him for about 20 minutes. Man, that kid had so much coherent wit. I could still remember him, and I could just break into tears. I said, "Boy, I could put my head in your lap and cry like a child. Are you all right?" I said, "You know I am." I said, "I got tears of joy." He understood that. Huh? I mean, once we met in our wit, it was exciting. And I challenged him to get none of the above on the ballot and to think about these things and spread it among his generation. And he's got to live as a generation and face this. And everyone around you going on in the grave, you're going to be standing here. You have to face this. Man, did he aware. And very good-mooded. I said, "Tell your parents they've done a wonderful job, young man. I don't know how in the world." How did that happen in this kind of, because we were talking about the violence over there, and to him it's inexcusable too. It's inexcusable. Or he just doesn't offer any solution. And that's what we were speaking about, violence and anger and what he's facing as a young man and so on and so forth, and what he has to face, and how people are handling the same things he's coherently concerned about, and they're blowing it like idiots, and so on and so forth. And the young man was just so mannerly. I said, "You tell him I'm a Jew, and I know better than Israel. It's Europe, it's punks. I said, I'd like to get it out of there so let the Turks and the Brits do what they do. Because Israel's just a front. It's a cover. You hate Israel, and it's Turkey and the Brit. Turkey and the Brit are doing it to you, not Israel. And they're taking the blunt. Stupid. As usual, dumb Jew. Only they're not Jew. They're chump from Europe, and they ain't Jew. What is going on in Israel is not the wits of a Jew. No, it is not. That didn't come from a communication with their God. No, it did not. You come as a Jew back with the story, the communication with your God. First of all, you hold yourself much liable than going on here. Moses, I don't think, ever did. Or he wouldn't have ever behaved like that. That's not what you do when you communicate with the God of reasoning with all humanity forever and ever and ever. Now you're a pebble. You ain't a Jew. Not your God. You're an idiot. And you come back with that full understanding as your God will remind you, talking up to you, and putting you in line with genetics, and you can't even find yourself. Now what are you, Jew? You're insignificant. Keep that well in mind. Punk. Jew. Now go talk to him. As a punk. Not as something smarter. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. That young man understood that. Beyond priceless. He understood about everyone. He understood it about curiosity and generations and DNA and living and nesting and adventure and dying. One time, considering it all extremely priceless. He understood that. I find that very, very exciting. I find that very tangible and something you can use to cause a lovely effect. And possibly, and very possibly, this is a nice place to live all over it for everyone. something to think about. I found it exciting myself.